Welcome back to Summary Central, the place where you get the world's best book breakdowns without sacrificing your sanity, your weekend, or your will to live. Today we're summarizing The Subtle Art of Not Giving a F, a book where Mark Manson tells you, politely but very bluntly, to stop caring about everything like your emotional energy is on unlimited data. And yes, Manson uses a spicier vocabulary than I will. For YouTube's sake, we'll use clean substitutes while acknowledging he goes harder. If you're new here, subscribe so you don't miss any summaries that upgrade your mindset. And if you've been here before, comment something you stopped caring about recently. Your past mistakes, your ex, or maybe the opinions of strangers on the internet. We love to see emotional growth around here. Let's get into it. Section 1. You're caring about too much, and it's making you miserable. Mark Manson starts with a brutal truth. You're overwhelmed because you care about way too many things that don't deserve your emotional energy. Your mind is like an overcrowded inbox with 200,000 unread emails. Except instead of pressing select all and deleting them, you emotionally open each one and cry a little. Society trains you to treat every inconvenience like a crisis. Someone disagrees with you. Someone posts a nicer vacation photo. Someone doesn't text back. Someone gets more likes. Someone breathes slightly differently. Suddenly you're spiraling like the world is ending. Why? Because you were never taught emotional filtering. Your caring mechanism is on spray and pray mode. But here's the core message. You have a limited number of emotional tokens per day. Every time you give one to something stupid, you lose one for something meaningful. This is why you're exhausted when nothing happened. This is why you feel stressed even though your life looks fine on paper. You're emotionally over-leveraged, like someone who decided to invest their entire life savings into scratch tickets. Manson's argument is simple. Not everything deserves your cares. Not everything needs your attention. Not everything should affect your mood. Once you realize this, your life immediately gets lighter. Section 2. Happiness isn't the absence of problems, it's having better problems. Manson hits you with a perspective shift that feels like a slap of wisdom. Life is problems. Solve one, you get another. Avoid one, you create 3 more. If you're alive, you have problems. If you don't have problems, check your pulse. We were sold the fantasy of once everything is perfect, I'll be happy. But that's like saying, once I'm done with all laundry forever, I'll finally relax. It's never happening. Manson's point is this: trying to avoid problems causes suffering. Choosing better problems creates fulfillment. Uncomfortable? Yes, but meaningful. Here are examples. Bad problems. See, why doesn't everyone like me? Oh, why am I not perfect yet? Why isn't my life easy? Good problems. How do I build something meaningful? How do I improve my relationships? How do I become more responsible? The key difference is this. Bad problems are based on fear and ego. Good problems are based on values and growth. Manson uses more colorful phrasing to say it, but you get the idea. Pain doesn't disappear. You just start choosing pain with purpose, instead of pain that drains you for no reason. Section 3. Your values are broken, but they don't have to be forever. This is the heart of the book. Manson says your values determine what you care about, and most of your values are garbage. Harsh? Yes. Accurate? Also yes. Bad values are things like needing to always be admired, needing to be special, needing universal approval, needing to be right at all times, comparing your life to everyone else's highlight reel, These values are rooted in external validation, and it is bad for you. Why? Because they depend on things you cannot control. Good values, on the other hand, are things like responsibility, honesty, self-awareness, boundaries, growth, curiosity, compassion. Good values are internal, stable, and controllable. They help you face hard things instead of running from them. Manson's message here is powerful. Your values shape your reality. Choose better values, and your life gets better. This doesn't mean everything becomes easy. It means everything becomes meaningful. Section 3 continued. Let go of unhelpful values. Let us explore these ideas in a calm and gentle way. Unhelpful value. Wanting to always feel wonderful about yourself. Many people hope to feel bright and cheerful every moment. It is a kind wish, but very hard to maintain. When we expect perfect feelings all the time, even small moments of uncertainty can feel surprising. This can make the heart feel tender. A kinder approach is to let feelings come and go, knowing that each one is safe and natural. Real confidence grows when you know you can walk through any feeling with patience and kindness toward yourself. Unhelpful value. Wanting every step to be perfect. Some people hope every action they take will look smooth and graceful. Because of this, they may feel unsure about trying new things. Learning often looks gentle and slow, like a child taking first steps. Each try brings a little more understanding, and that is how steady progress is made. Manson shares this idea to remind you that growth comes from simple attempts, warm curiosity, and a willingness to explore new paths. Bad value. Being special in a world where everyone is told they're special. This one is comedic gold in the book. We grew up in a culture where everyone got trophies for existing. Now we have adults who think they need to be extraordinary just to be okay. But the math doesn't work. Most people are average at most things. That's literally what average means. And that's fine. Being average does not make you worthless. It makes you human. The problem is when you believe you must be exceptional, or else you're nothing. That belief destroys your happiness because you'll never feel good enough. The upgrade. Good values that actually work. Manson recommends replacing weak values with strong ones. 1. Responsibility, not blame. Response. What can I do with what I have? 2. Honesty. Emotional truth beats emotional performance. 3. Curiosity. You don't need to be amazing. You just need to be interested. 4. Boundaries. Your time is limited. Treat it like it matters. 5. Growth. Progress is better than perfection. Good values create a grounded, resilient life. Bad values create a fragile one. Section 4. Responsibility is your superpower, even when it feels terrible. Here we enter one of the most important insights of the book. Responsibility is not about fault. Responsibility is about choosing your response. This distinction changes everything. You didn't choose your childhood. You didn't choose who hurt you. You didn't choose your genetics. You didn't choose the unfair things that happened. But you choose your meaning. You choose your next step. You choose your interpretation. You choose what you build from the pieces. Manson argues that responsibility is where your power lives. The problem with the victim mindset. Playing the victim feels soothing. You get sympathy. You get excuses. You get to avoid difficult decisions. But the cost is enormous. If everything is someone else's fault, then nothing is in your control. You cannot build a meaningful life without personal responsibility. You cannot feel strong while avoiding discomfort. You cannot be confident while outsourcing your choices. Responsibility gives you agency. Once you adopt responsibility as a value, your internal language changes. Old language, this happened to me. I can't. It's not fair. Why me? Someone should fix this. New language, this is my situation. What can I do next? I choose how I respond. I choose the meaning. I choose my boundaries. I choose my priorities. This isn't about being harsh on yourself. It's about giving yourself power where you didn't have any before. Control what you can, ignore what you can't. Manson's formula for emotional sanity is simple. Control your decisions, your habits, your actions, your effort, your standards, influence your relationships, your work, your goals. Ignore what people think, what people say, outcomes you can't control, timing you can't guarantee, comparisons you can't stop others from making. People who reject responsibility focus on uncontrollable things. People who embrace responsibility focus on what actually changes their life. Responsibility is how you become emotionally bulletproof. This is the hidden gem of the book. Once you take responsibility for your reactions, nothing can emotionally break you without your permission. Not criticism, not failure, not rejection, not uncertainty, not discomfort. Responsibility builds resilience. Responsibility builds identity. Responsibility builds confidence. If you trust yourself to handle life, you stop fearing life. That is the emotional freedom Manson wants for you. Section 5. The freedom of caring less and living more. Everything in this book builds to this final idea. Caring less is not about apathy. Caring less is about accuracy. Most people don't suffer because life is objectively terrible. They suffer because they give their emotional energy to things that don't matter, don't last, don't help, don't align with their values, don't improve their life. It's emotional overspending. Manson's philosophy of not giving a care is not about withdrawing from life. It's about living intentionally, investing in the things that bring purpose, and letting go of everything else. Let's break the big ideas down. 1. Caring less makes you care better. People think the opposite of caring is apathy, but the real opposite of caring is overcaring. When you throw your emotional energy at every inconvenience, every insecurity, every opinion, every expectation, every imagined failure, you have nothing left for the things that actually matter. But when you stop responding to everything with panic, fear, and urgency, you suddenly have emotional space for the people you love, the goals you value, the habits that build you, the work you care about, the boundaries that protect you. You become present. You become capable. You become grounded. Manson says this doesn't make you cold. It makes you selective. You stop being a firefighter in a world full of emotional trash fires. 2. Rejection is clarity, not failure. One of Manson's most liberating ideas is that rejection isn't personal. It's directional. It shows you where not to invest your limited emotional tokens. Rejection in relationships? Good. You save time. Rejection in opportunities? Good. That path wasn't aligned. Rejection of your ideas? Good. You refine and improve. Rejection cuts away everything that isn't meant for you. It's the emotional pruning process that gives your life shape. Most people fear rejection because they believe it proves they aren't good enough. Manson reframes it. Rejection proves something didn't fit your values. And that's good. If you're living by good values, rejection becomes useful. If you're living by bad values, rejection becomes catastrophic. 3. Boundaries are the backbone of emotional freedom. Your life becomes dramatically easier when you learn to say no without apologizing for existing. Boundaries aren't about pushing people away. They're about choosing who gets access to you. Manson reminds us that boundaries are essentially a statement of identity. This is what I will allow, this is what I won't, and this is how I protect what matters. People who care about everything have no boundaries. People who care selectively have strong boundaries. Boundaries save relationships. Boundaries save energy. Boundaries save self-respect. And boundaries are how you avoid becoming a doormat in a world full of people who love to wipe their emotional feet on whoever lets them. 4. Commitment is freedom, not restriction. Manson introduces a counterintuitive idea. Commitment creates freedom. Why? Because commitment gives your life direction. You stop drifting. You stop chasing 50 paths at once. You stop wasting energy on things that don't matter. When you commit to a purpose, a person, a passion, a craft, a value, a lifestyle, you eliminate thousands of pointless decisions. Most people believe commitment closes doors. Manson argues it actually opens the right ones. Without commitment, you float. With commitment, you build. 5. The real goal is not happiness, it's clarity. Manson ends with a perspective most self-help books are too scared to say, you will never be happy all the time. The point is not constant happiness. The point is to stop drowning in meaningless cares so you can actually enjoy meaningful ones. Happiness is unpredictable. Meaning is reliable. When you choose better values, you choose better problems, you take better responsibility, you create better relationships, you make better decisions, you feel better about your life. Not perfect. Better. Real. Grounded. Yours. That's the subtle art. Outro. This book isn't about becoming emotionless. It's about becoming emotionally intelligent. It's not about avoiding problems. It's about choosing problems that build you. It's not about caring less because you're tired. It's about caring less about the nonsense so you can care more about the things that move your life forward. Mark Manson uses much stronger language to make these points, but the message remains powerful. Your emotional energy is limited. Spend it where it counts. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit subscribe and comment the number one thing you're ready to stop caring about. And check out the 5-minute summary for a quick hit version of this same insight. Thanks for watching Summary Central. Your cares are precious. Protect them.